Hello, Creativa Artley here, and this is not a video I looked forward to making, needless to say, because now that I know, what exactly happened in the Rosa Ramsey call, I am fuming mad. With Lio, with Peaches, with Leah, with all of them. And why I feel the need to talk about this is because it is ableist towards someone who has the same disabilities I do. Rosa, like me, has epilepsy and autism. Granted, hers are more severe to where she needs a caregiver. And this call does not give a flying fuck about that. Which is why I am here in defense of Rosa. Because, yeah. Like I said, I have the same disabilities, so that's why I feel called to talk on this. The entire call is just them degrading her disabilities. Like, oh, you had plenty of time in your day. I can get stuff done, even though I was like, oh, I could get stuff done within, this amount of time in a day. It's like, buddy, you don't struggle with the disabilities that she struggles with. The life of most epileptics is spent either in seizures or between seizures or waiting for seizures to happen. So even though it seems like Rosa may have more time, realistically, she probably does not. Because her health stuff is so bad where she needs in-home care. Her seizures are so bad to the point she probably can't get a license, can't get a car, so she has no choice but to live with her parents. You are dogpiling someone with special needs for no goddamn reason. This is something that should have been done in a private text conversation with the owner of the Discord, not with someone where stress could lead to seizures, because it is a legitimate trigger. And this is where my gripes start with Leah in particular. Because it's like, oh, my friend has seizures and hers are caused by stress. Da-da-da-da-da. Does not make your friend or you an expert on seizures. Yes, stress can be a main trigger for it. That is fine. But don't act like you're an expert on it, because you're not. I'm more of an expert on it than you are. There are 4 main types of seizures that can be broken down further into 40 different categories. There are 40 different offshoots here. Don't try to outdo me on this, because I have researched this because I find my disabilities fascinating. Leah, you know nothing about epilepsy and nothing about seizure disorders. I could school you on this all day, and I will gladly. Don't ever downplay someone's seizures. They can be severe. They can be triggered by anything. Flashing ceiling light, strobe lights, stress, lack of sleep, certain things not going right in someone's diet. Anything. You do not know seizures like those of us who have had them. You don't. You just don't. And don't pretend to act like you do. I'm sure if your friend heard you say that, they would smack you across the face. I wanted to smack you across the face. You know nothing. And for Coyote, you don't call someone with autism the R slur near 20 times. You don't do that. Oh, I didn't know. If I had known, I wouldn't have done that. Coyote, I know how you function. I know how you work. That is bullshit on so many levels. Like, none of y'all should have even brought this woman into the call in the first place. She was begging to leave from the beginning. But y'all held her there like a fucking hostage. You held her there as a fucking hostage. This woman apologized multiple times. But y'all still see it okay to bash her for her disabilities. Be like, oh, your disabilities aren't real. You are bullshit. Her disabilities are very real. What would have happened if you had put her in a seizure from all the stress y'all were causing her on stream? Would you have cared? Would you have called the police? Because, newsflash, if a seizure lasts more than 5 minutes, an ambulance is required to be called. I bet you don't know that one. You should. Most people should. They don't, but they should. What would have happened if she had had a seizure on call? Would you have called the ambulance for her? Or would you be like, oh, she's faking it? Because I guarantee you would probably be like, oh, she's faking it. Because that's what you were doing this entire fucking call. And that's what boils my blood about this. You were just so dismissive of her actual disabilities. That you know she has, by the way. Because she said it outright at the start of the call. But you wouldn't even hear her out on it. Instead, degrading her over and over and over again. That's not okay to do. Even just the pure degradation could have sent her into a seizure. Because y'all were beating on this poor woman non-stop when y'all even shouldn't have had this call with her in the first place. It's like y'all also acting like she had the power to ban someone, whether she did or not. Because it's not her server. Like I said, you should have taken this up in a private message with the owner of the actual server instead of beating on a woman with disabilities. And you shouldn't have been asking to get her mom in call. There is a difference between public and private. Oh my goodness. It's like, sorry, you are a well-working, functioning, neurotypical member of society. But Rosa is not, and she depends on her mom for living and for getting around and for functioning. You uninformed piece of shit. Epilepsy can get severe. Seizures can get severe, and they're not fun to deal with. What would have happened if you had put Rosa under so much stress to the point she had a seizure on call? What would you have done? Because I don't think you would have called the ambulance for her. Not with how you were treating her. All of y'all are despicable and hopeless. Hopeless peaches. You acting like you straight up saying you don't care. When everyone has been defending you for everything you've been in. All you've been put through. Why are you being a mean girl? When you should be understanding what these people have been through. If you had taken one look at Rosa's Twitter, you would see that she was also a survivor of SA, just like the Endo kid was. You despicable two-faced human being. You're no better than Creepshow Art was. Not at all, not when you're pulling this. Also, your decorum on stream was disgusting. Just drinking the entire time to the point your words were sloshing together. You couldn't even decide on what curse words to use. Like, you are just a miserable bag of shit. Two-faced liar, and it's awful. What would any of y'all have done if y'all had put Rosa in a seizure? Because none of y'all would have cared, I'm sure. Even though you should care that you are possibly about to trigger something for this poor woman. Whether it be her PTSD, a meltdown, a seizure, whatever. I'm just honestly surprised she didn't break down into any of those on call with you guys. Because y'all were just punching down on her so hard. Y'all are despicable human beings who know nothing about the disabled people y'all abuse. Holy shit. And like I hope she doesn't even reproduce. Lio, that is some eugenics level stuff. Holy shit, my dude. That's not okay to say ever. Like, that call should have been done in under 10 seconds. Y'all should have just let Rosa leave. The fact that it took Ponder Sprocket for Rosa to finally feel confident enough to leave is saddening. Like, y'all shouldn't be told where your corner stands. And Lio, you act like you get rid of all the predators. But yet, Misanthropony is in your server, and he is a known pedophile and creep within the brony community, which I am also a part of, which is why you also annoy me. So it's like, your double standards are insane. It's like, oh, we're protecting this child from a child predator, while you're letting a child predator go at someone with mental disabilities. Holy shit, Lio, that's not okay. You hypocritical piece of shit. This call just never should have happened. And you need to apologize to Rosa, if she'll even have it. At this point, I wouldn't blame her for not receiving it, because of what you put her through. You need to get your priorities straight and kick Misanthropony from your community. if you want to truly protect people from predators. Yeah. Be nice to disabled people. Believe when they say they have their disabilities. Don't treat them like shit. And actually do what you stand for and kick predators from your server. Bye.